Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of First Impressions here at MurrOtter. I'm Matt, and today we're checking out the game Deck of Ashes, which is a sort of roguelite deck building game along the lines of Slay the Spire, but with elements of something like Darkest Dungeon as far as the way the progression and sort of like building and exploration systems work. Again, I purposely try to go into these a little bit blind, but I also want to have a little bit of knowledge so I can talk to you a little bit about it, so I don't have the full scope just yet, but that's what we're here to do, is explore this together. As you know, my First Impression series is meant to be me kind of opening the box, checking out the game so that you don't have to before you spend your hard-earned money. It is a review in the sense of I'm letting you know what I think of the gameplay from the first hour or so. However, it's not a full comprehensive review. It's sort of meant to be like a Let's Play Episode 1 review hybrid. So keep that in mind if you're looking for some kind of like hardcore review. Again, this one comes from AYGames or AYGames and Buka Entertainment and Whisper Games. So without further ado, let's jump in. I did run through the tutorial just to get a sort of feel for the game. I'm actually going to do that again just because I feel like it's good at kind of explaining to you what to expect, and then we can jump in and continue the campaign. We'll do a little bit of both, and we'll see what we think.
On the day the curse befell our miserable world, a vision came to me. I know how we can be saved, and I know who will help me do it. One of the fools who made us descend deeper and deeper into this abyss of suffering with each passing day.
On that day, I died and rose from the ashes. However, the rebirth cost me dearly. I feel immense pain coursing through my veins, as if I'm still burning on that fire. He gave me hope when he promised to rid me of this suffering. I will be meeting with him today. In return, he asked me to lift the ash curse. Well, I don't have much of a choice.
Alright, so there's your basic gist. Hopefully that's not too loud or too quiet what we have there. So this is sort of your map. Similar to Darkest Dungeon, you kind of explore and venture out. However, there's also a bit of like an element of this being like the rails of the different paths you can choose in Slay the Spire. We'll get into that a little bit more later, but you can actually get resources from these empty nodes, fight on the nodes with swords, and then they're similar to Slay the Spire, question marks where it could be like events and things, and you don't know until you land there. So we'll go ahead and go to the unoccupied tile. Nothing happens. He tells us he wants us to fight. It's an easy battle,
Your
and we'll
remains
do
will
it.
finally be reduced to cinders.
So, as you can see, very Slay the Spire-esque. We have our health, enemy health. At the start of the turn, we can actually see what his next attack is. And similar to Slay the Spire, you can hover over different elements to see what like status effects are, things like that. We have our deck. They get put into a burn pile. That's our battle deck. And this is the amount of move points we have. You can see in the top of each card a number that corresponds with how much it will take away from this deck. So we're obviously going to go with Fireball. It's our strongest attack. We can't do another one because we'd be one short. And so then we'll go ahead and use that one. And I do want to see, can you see what's in there? Okay, you can. I wasn't sure about that. And you can do one more Spark. That'll end our turn. He's going to hit with that frontal damage. We lost 10. We have enough to do another Fireball. Pop. Then we'll do our 2 more Sparks. Pretty standard, but you'll notice we're tearing through our deck. Our deck. We're not tearing through anyone's deck. It doesn't refresh. So now we have this this card that's essentially like, I'm out of cards. So what you can do here is you can essentially pay health in order to renew 5 cards at random. The Ash Pact, it's telling you what I'm telling you right now. We'll get to that because we can obviously play these first, which will end a turn here. And then we might as well, because he's not dead, we actually have to use Ash Pact. So notice we're at 80 health now. We drop this on ourselves. We lost our health, got 5 back in our deck though, which will be enough to let us finish off the opponent. So he'll hit us one more time. We're down to 55, which is not ideal. But we'll hurl one more Fireball and win the fight. Now here, we have some different things. Coins, which lets you buy goods from characters in camp, as you can see. But this is an important one, Ash. It lets you create different cards and recipes, which you can also do in camp. Keys, let you find open chests and things like that as you come across them. So now after the battle, you have sort of this like renew screen, and you have a certain number of like action points you can take to do different things to replenish yourself. So we're wounded, so obviously it's going to let us use reset points here to heal ourselves. So if we click here, each one of these nodes will get us 10% of our total health back. In this case, it's 10 a pop. So we're full, and you can see here we have what, like 7 actions left. You can also use these to replenish cards that you've burned. It's not going to show us that just yet because we're going to actually have an opportunity to do that for less money in a minute. And we're at camp. So here's our boy, the Ash Master. He has cards in our battle deck that he can renew. He's going to perform a revitalizing rite. We'll be able to do this soon, but he did it for us. We now have a full battle deck again. So now we can do it ourselves, and that'll be available for us at the end of those missions rather than just replenishing health. We'll be able to renew cards. I'm going to take a quick swig of water, excuse me. I'm trying to move kind of fast just because I don't want you to spend the whole time in the tutorial. I want to explain it quickly without having to sort of read through everything. The ooze here. So this is important. That's basically your timer, how long you can spend exploring a map before the boss of the area will come and stop you, as you can see. So Ashmaster says he knows a shortcut. We're going this way. Ruler's looking for us. The ruler can affect the map and reroute you depending how long you've been exploring. It's getting angry. He's blocked our path. We have to take a detour. So we're going to do that. We're going to this mysterious node, which is an event. Our crit chance has been increased by 20 for one battle as a result of that random event. Events can be positive or negative, again, similar to Slay the Spire. Although in Slay the Spire, I think you also sometimes have a menu of choices of things you can have affect you from those random events. It doesn't necessarily mean that they'll all be good or won't all be bad or whatever it might be. But right here you can see our crit chance increased by 20%. And he's telling us that could be useful in the future. We'll see how and why. Normally, again, we could be mining things from these nodes, but that'll come later. It is frankly a relatively new mechanic for me. So at the start of the battle, this time we have 2 enemies. He's mentioning, don't forget we have our crit chance. Obviously, we're going to whop a skelly. Because of our crit chance, we finished it off quickly. Can I please grab a card? Oh, he's talking. That happens to me sometimes. An enemy's dialogue appears up here and I don't notice it. And as a result, I'm locked out of clicking on certain things. Alright. Let's see. The monsters landed a critical hit on me. So that's why our health is so low. So we can use a card to restore health points. So basically he just gave us our first potion, which it costs nothing to burn. So we're obviously going to use it. But because we used it, the enemy has a special ability. It's passive. And we can learn these to try to like be careful not to heal during battle if we can help it, because it actually gives him strength, which as a result affects his attack. Now it's 11. You'll notice the green buff on it. It's gone now because I've already hovered over it once. But alright, so we're going to hurl a fireball. Got to get max damage. And our 2 extra sparks will end our turn. We're already almost empty, you can tell, because we got the Ash Pact, but we should be able to win without it. And we got 20 more Ash, which now you can see the ability to renew cards each time you do it, costing you 1 point. I don't know if that goes up as you upgrade your cards to restore better things. I'm not sure. However, the one thing I do want to do is get all my health back. So we're left with these 8 actions. I'm going to take the potion. I always go for the fireballs. And we actually were able to get everything back with the number of points we had. Now the Ashmaster is going to give us a recipe, which they're docked here. Basically they're blueprints to create new cards. We can get the Cindering Ring, which you can see is pretty dope. 12 damage to an enemy. However, you have to burn a card from your deck, so keep that in mind. Ooze is pissed. It's coming for us. Alright. So he wants us to go over here to try to find a recipe. There's a mystery block. Nothing happened. Ended up being untiled. We got a recipe from here. Now notice this. Non-playable. And when it's in the ash pile at the end of your turn, you get to deal 3 damage to opponents. However, you can't play it. So how do you get it to your ash pile? Well, frankly, good thing we have a Cindering Ring, which will let us discard a choice card from our hand. Obviously, we want to do it with this one to then get that 3-point damage boost to all of future attacks. Alright, we were ambushed by this dope Skelly. I do love the enemy art and the character art. I think it's really cool. So we'll go Fireball. Pop. And another Fireball. Oh, no, we can't. Forgot. One more action point. Just give me one more. We took our 11. Still haven't gotten to either of our new cards that would synergize quite well. Oh, because we haven't built them yet. I'm a goon. Alright. We're not going to be able to win. We're going to be one shy again. Boop. Oh, no, we won't. We're alright. Cool. Thankfully, we didn't need to reset. So now we have the option to craft. It's another type of right. So craft cards and renew cards, both options. Now they use different things. We've gone over this. That's why I'm hurrying through. These are the points that you use to replenish your health or renew your cards. It's not going to let me do this because we're in a tutorial. However, you can come over to crafting cards, which uses the ash you've collected. We have 60, so we have enough to craft both of those cards we mentioned earlier. However, I do want to flip to renew. I want to get all our health back. And want to renew all of our cards, which we were able to do with no problem. So now we have a medium battle up ahead in the cemetery. The opponent is most likely the undead. It's always helpful to know if your loadout makes sense for what you're doing. Which it seems to in this particular case for us. So we have a Stitched and a Lesser Skeleton. Now this is talking about the synergy we just discussed. So basically, we can play Cindering Ring, which I'm going to play on the weakest enemy, because you want to limit the number of enemies who can attack you, essentially. Unless somebody has a buff or something like that. But in this case, I just want to take away the option of something attacking me. So we're going to do that. I'm going to burn the Scroll of Supremacy. Which means now, at the end of my turn, I'll get the last 3 health here. So with my additional 3 attacks, I'm going to use Fireball on another enemy, because I don't need to waste any attacks on the Stitched, because he's going to die at the end of my turn anyway.
Don't be upset. I'm in more pain than you.
Excuse the cough. Okay, so again, let's finish that guy off. We'll lay in all the sparks we have to finish up. I'm not going to use this potion yet because we wouldn't be maxing it out. There's still 9 more health we have the potential to lose, and it's going to happen anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and take the damage before I heal. So I am going to heal. We're going to hit him with Fireball. And we're going to finish him off with our last 2 sparks. And that's another one in the books. Got a little more from that one, 150 gold and 40 ash. We have nothing to craft, so we'll come back to renew our cards. Now you'll notice it's a little tighter, however we don't really need to heal now. So I'm definitely going to take back Cindering Ring. I'm going to take back the Fireballs. I'm going to take back a potion. I like to have a couple sparks. Okay, we were able to get everything anyway. I just like to sort of prioritize what I take back. What does it say? Restore health points? I guess why not? We have the free action. It was for 1 point. Alright, the ruler's catching on to us. We're getting close. This is our camp. This scantily clad woman can heal you or sell healing items. So this restores 60% of max health. Not bad to have that in the pocket. I don't think we'll really need it, so I'm not going to do that just yet. The Blacksmith, this is interesting because he can actually upgrade our cards. I want to upgrade a Fireball. I want to make one that can do burn on an opponent. And I want to do one that can increase my strength till the end of a turn. Phoenix. Deal 10 damage. I don't see the difference in that in the original. Does it tell you what Phoenix... Oh, when the card is played, it is returned to the battle deck. So that one just keeps going. So I just kind of wanted to experiment with those. The Ash Master would be able to renew our cards, however we don't need it. He could also get rid of cards for you, similar to Slay the Spire. Here we can buy new items. I unfortunately burned through things, but we could have bought a new Cindering Ring, or we could have got Iron Fists, which deals damage to opponent, strength increased by 1 when it's in your hand. So now we're here to go do the final battle. And this is the ooze. So notice he puts Parasite in your deck. These are essentially dead cards. However, if we had like Cindering Ring or something like that, we could actually get rid of these using that. However, we're left with our 3 sparks, unfortunately. Now when our turn ends, you'll notice it's like, yo, don't do that. We can pick things to put back in our battle deck, or put in the bottom, excuse me, of your battle deck, rather than having them sit in your hand. So that's what we're going to do, so that we can get, or more likely to get action cards out. And we did. We're going to do our Cindering Ring synergy, even though that is the card that could have gotten rid of the items in our hand. I also want to attack with Fireball so we can apply burn to an enemy, which now means we do 2 damage for 5 turns, which is a good amount of damage to stack up over time. Well, of course I want to return these to my battle deck. I guess that's just saying instead of burning them away. So now we've lost 20 health total. The Parasite's back out. We don't have a way to get rid of it, technically. However, I am going to use the card that's going to give us strength, added strength till the end of the battle. We're going to end our turn. Now, does the other one burn, or what does that mean? I'm going to do that. Oh, that means that one just holds. I thought maybe I'd get to burn it for free. Didn't quite work out that way. So we'll do that. We'll do that. I'll take the potion to heal. Okay, I'm going to end turn, put these back in the bottom. That was a mistake on my part. I just was trying to experiment to see what happens with the card that's left in your deck. Unfortunately, this is going to leave him with 1 health. However, burn will finish him off, and we'll go ahead and win our first boss battle. And there it is.
Things couldn't have taken a better turn. It is time for me to go and put my plan into action.
So it'll transition that progress into the main campaign. So now, I'm going to hit continue on the campaign in which I kept that character. You just missed a little bit of a loading screen, and then we land right here, and now we're picking it up together. So, our camp is not super different. You'll notice, though, our battle deck has a few things in it. Piercing Fire, a Pyro Explosion, Liquid Fire, regeneration on yourself, so you're able to get 4 points for 5 turns. Just some new attacks here. We don't have a ton of money. We have 20 gold, 20 money. I could buy something that will restore 15% of my health. I'm going to put that in my pocket. And for now, honestly, like, I'll see what everybody can do, but after you die, you'll be resurrected at camp at 50% health points, but you also lose all of your recipes and half your resources. I don't know. There's a roguelite element. I guess we should discuss that. When you die, you have to start over. I'm not sure exactly what that means yet, just because I haven't died. Again, I'm trying to play a little bit blind. Do I have the money to do anything here? Can I craft a card that's worthwhile? What's the cost of doing this? Interesting. So if I can burn this, just for fun, I'm going to buy it. Alright, and let's go explore outside the camp. So, you see it's a little bit more open than it was in that tutorial. So, camp is here. I have the ability to go and explore most directions except for one right now. Have like mysterious events that can take place. So, let's go to here. We have a mining opportunity. That passes time. Not sure what that means in terms of the enemy. I'm assuming it just moves you closer to the enemy being able to discover you. So, now we have no key. So I'm actually... I'm going to go toward this fight.
I will burn down the contagion.
Oh, a corpse fly. Okay, so let's take a look at its status effects. When any character dies, It adds malaria to the player's battle deck. Well, let's not die. Do I have anything here that lets me burn a card? So, burn ointment. We can put burn on this enemy. Then we can do the piercing fire. Oh. We got 3 bonus damage because of the effect of that. This deals 6 to 10 damage to an opponent for free. I'm not sure what the strain means though. I would hurt myself. Then we have the ability just to do straight up fireball damage. That seems like the safest, most plain route. I'll put these back in the bottom of my deck. And we'll move forward. My max health is reduced by 5. Oh, interesting. There's a strike. What's the difference between the red and the gray cards, I wonder? That card has Phoenix on it, so it's a free hit for 5 damage. So I will probably use that in pairing with a fireball. Okay. Till the end of battle. Okay, I was wondering about that. Alright. I don't have anything that can burn the Scroll of Energy, so I need a card that can synergize with that. We're going to do Fireball. I'm actually going to do Strain because it gives me a chance of winning the fight. And I didn't succeed. However, I have enough to win with Blazing Torch. Ultimately, we only lost 5 health because of the fact it was only reducing my max HP, but not in a permanent sense. I was curious if when it pulled the meter back up, you'd get that HP back. So what does this do? If I press this, we'll use 1 rest point for 5 health. And that's 1 for 10% of my max health. Why would I want this? Oh, I don't have as many as I did in the tutorial, though. I'm going to do that, that, and all of those. And I don't have the money to craft these. Okay. I can get some resources. Again, it does take away time. We've used 4 time bits. I'm not sure how long I want to venture from camp. I don't have a key, so I can't really do much in that regard. I'm going to mine again. Mutated Ancestor. I didn't read what that meant. I'm just tempting fate at this point. I'm going to do one more easy battle just because I feel like I've got to fight. Oh my god. These are amazing looking enemies. I still got this dead card in my hand. Okay. This basically only does 3 damage. It could be boosted a little bit by another. However, I'm going to have to burn cards if I don't use it. And that's it, unfortunately. I'm going to do those 3. Now, they're coming at me with some crazy shit. What is that thing? That thing's going to come out and be something bad, so I gotta kill that. 5 health. Well, that's a top priority right there. Pop. Then I'm gonna... Why didn't it get hurt? Hold up. Click here to read stats about the level C creature, blah, blah. Decreases the time required by evolution. Why didn't it die? It was a strike card. Well, that sucks. That didn't do anything either? Well, this feels bad. Yikes, man. Are these all strikes? I guess I don't understand. Oh, they all say strike. Now, does any of this, though? Nothing here suggests that it should be able to block anything. So I'm going to try one more time.
Don't be upset.
Okay.
I'm in more pain than you.
It's gone. Thankfully. We're doing that. And we're gonna throw that other card at it soon. Shit, though. I might as well use regeneration on myself because I need to get rid of a card. And then I'll save these 3 in my deck. This is tough. Why didn't I put them away? No, I want them. I want to keep them. Okay. I'm going to have to hurt myself to save some shit. Alright. What I want to do is hit you with a fireball. What is this? Why aren't they taking damage? Mana points reduced by 1. Player gains 1 mana point less every 4th turn. What in the world is happening? I guess I just gotta fucking burn shit. Well, I don't want you right now. I guess I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't know. They're all gonna come back out. I'm just gonna keep getting ripped. I'm not understanding what's causing this guy to not take damage from me, though.
This is just a warm-up.
So there's one. He doesn't appear to have a shield. There it is, though. It just moves over. Nothing happens. And nothing here suggests why that's taking place. So that's a little weird. And it's just causing me to burn mana. I'll do this, though. I like this. I mean, it's hard. You've definitely got to learn it. And I wanted to have that experience on the stream. Because I had, like, you know, we got the simple basics in the tutorial, which felt more like the Slay the Spire, where this is a little more complex. Alright, nobody has burn applied yet. I'm gonna try to hit the fucking fish again. It worked that time, not sure why. And then we're gonna do this. And we're gonna end turn. I want these in my hand, I like all the cards. So the dodge chance increased by 5%. Hopefully it won't happen. I'll be honest, I didn't know dodge was like a statistic that could realistically happen. We're doing that. I don't know if regeneration can stack, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to use that card even though it can hurt me. Because it could end the fight. And it did. Okay. I played a lot of freaking cards. That's how I choose to live my life. We're gonna mine a portal. It requires a key to open it, which we have now, but instead I want this chest. Mutated Ancestor. I can't read it fast enough. What happens to the chest? We use a key. I'm saying okay. It's open, and all we got was 10 gold. Oh, and a recipe, though. Lesser Sacrifice. Discard all cards in your hand. Deal 5 damage to the opponent for every card I discarded. Yes. That's a cool card. Can take a consumable item. What does it do? Apply stealth to myself. Take. Mine. We have a medium battle. I don't think I'm ready for. So the Ashmaster's fucking with my route now. Ashstorms created anomalies. Quickly draw their power. I don't know what that means. An event. The herbalist went into the forest for herbs and several monsters followed her. She won't have any problem escaping from them, but it'll take her hours to lose them. Camp will miss her, so we've lost her for 6 hours. That's not like particularly helpful. I'm going back to camp. I don't really need her, but I want some upgrades or to craft my cards. Cost me 20 ash and I'm missing one. Well, shit. Alright. Can you upgrade my shit? What does that cost me? Draw 3 cards. That seems fun. Let's do it. I just want to see what happens. What do you sell? The red hook. It's a 1-turn item. Pyrobomb. At the start of each character's turn, Pyrobomb deals 3 damage to the target. It lasts for 3 turns. 4th turn, it detonates and deals 12 damage. Is that a permanent card or like a does that mean an item card? Only one way to find out. Alright. But can he heal me or not? No. Okay. I suppose I also have the... Don't I have an item somewhere that will heal? Or did I buy that in the tutorial? Alright. I kind of want to go see what this is. These all disappear in an hour. So I won't make it. I'm going to go get this easy battle anyway.
They say that even a beast can be afraid of a spark.
So we have the boars. I need that card that will let me dispose of things. Sorry, I keep... God, as I say it, I keep punching my microphone. Alright, level 28. They're just going to slash me and apply bleed, which deals 1 damage. God. And then all strikes going forwards will do 1 damage. Alright, I mean, it's pretty simple. I just need to try to kill the weaker boar. And that's all I have the power to do at this current moment. So we'll end our turn. I don't want to put anything back. I like what I have. Probably, I guess, could have put regeneration away, but I might want it now, honestly. So we're going to do that. Now, hold on. Does bleed... Also, does that mean when I do an attack, though? Alright, I want that for sure. Alright, I gotta leave one. I want the card that will let me use the Scroll of Energy. I'm going to... Feels extreme. It is extreme. I'm gonna burn you. I'm still gonna hit you with this. I think that was a min-maxed move right there. Being at 55 health isn't ideal though. Alright, we're gonna do that. We're also going to do that. And we're going to win the fight with this. So there's another one in the books. I think, as you can see, the game is honestly... Wait. I don't want to do that. It's honestly pretty fun. It is Slay the Spire meets Darkest Dungeon. Now, I'm not sure how and if your party, like, you know, builds and what it means for your camp and what happens when you die and those kinds of elements. I know that, like, there's the roguelite element, but I don't know if that just means that character, but you'll still accrue your, you know, ongoing massive team. You're just going to have to, like, raise a new character and build a new deck when that person dies. That's what I'm interested to find out. But that's my understanding of how things will progress. I'm going to hit 2 of those. I'm going to... Honestly, like, this card's pretty strong. I have another of those. That's everything. We have a key. I'd like to know what's in the chest. The ruler is looking for me. I never saw this card. Chain reaction. 3 damage to all opponents. Deal additional 3 damage for each strain card the player has played this turn. I don't know if I have strain or not. Well, that's a card. That's just a status on a card. We'll see what happens. An area of effect is interesting. Trickster's Potion. Increase your dodge chance by 3. Sure. What's in here? A dungeon. Alright, so the herbalist. We got an event from this tile. It's worth checking out what you've got there. Our speed's increased by 1. That's a very pleasant surprise. New day began. And now we could venture into the dungeon. I think we might do that in a future episode. I think for the purposes of this, like, let's play first impressions review, that's where I'm going to stop. Just because I feel like we've got a good amount of information from that one. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, and liked it as much as I did, I mean, Deck of Ashes right now is available on Steam. Came out just about a month ago. It's $14.99, perfectly reasonable for a game like this. Again, if you like something like Darkest Dungeon or Slay the Spire, this is going to be right up your alley. I'd highly recommend checking this one out, especially for a reasonable price like that. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Got new stuff just about every single day of the week, and we hope to see you around for that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time.